Virgo, hi. This will be a reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If it resonates, feel free to like and subscribe. You are represented by the Hanged Man. So in a lot of ways, I look at this card as holding faith, or a sense of knowing that he's to be freed. But in this particular reading, it kind of feels like you're waiting with a sense of expectation. This could have you feeling a bit down, or you could be reflecting on mistakes made, or just like a painful situation, because behind you there's the Three of Swords, so something occurred. Because even on, like, in your current position, it's like someone who is wounded, who is frustrated, or who is guarded in some way. But what's interesting is you maybe have a lot of different options opening up to you, like in life or with people. There's a sense of being very much like recognized in some way, unless that someone is crossing you, because that's another point I'll make to this whole reading here, is that it seems to maybe involve someone else. So I don't know if you're waiting to hear from someone, or if there's some kind of expectation of something to happen, or just something you're experiencing, because also in your perspective you have the Wheel of Fortune, so it kind of implies that you don't feel like this is totally in your control in some way, though you very much do want to control the situation. I feel like, especially with the Emperor here, it almost sort of suggests that there's a sense of justice unseen. It's like justice behind the scenes in some way. Either you're very focused on a person in the future, or maybe your stability in some way, like, or like reaching a certain goal for yourself, or becoming a different version of yourself. But there's too much here that indicates like a fear of what they can't see happening, or how something will go. It just feels so personal and relational. Or it could be very much like hoping to see justice and results towards something. And there's some discouragement here. But again, you have the Two of Cups in your perspective, and there's even the Hermit and the King of Cups, so there's sort of a representation of like different people. The outside influence is the Magician, which I'm curious about. Clarify the Magician. Someone who is sort of losing fear. Clarify. Yeah, they're balancing out, and they're probably very focused on a goal in some way, reaching some kind of goal maybe. Like, I feel like they're finding a place of acceptance, and they may have their own like things they're trying to overcome. Let me pull an advice spread for you. Before I do that, I want to take a moment to promote my Patreon. That's where all the extended versions of these readings go, as well as other exclusive content and access to monthly art prints. And it's a great way to support me as an independent artist and creative. That being said, if you want to work with me on a one-on-one level, I have several options available for appointments on my website in the shop. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you for being here. Let's move into the second spread. So I don't know if there's like a communication that you want to make or something. Um, or it's like trying to reach a certain point. It's like acquiring justice because it's sort of encouraging you, especially if you have a lot going on with work or study or anything like that, like really keep going on that and making that your main focus. But there is something about communication that like brings about fear. So this is either you could expect to receive that communication, or it's encouraging you to give it because this is the advice spread. And it's funny because you're represented by the Queen of Cups, so a very open, emotionally strong, composed kind of energy. Whereas the outside influence is the Ten of Wands. There's some kind of burden to this with it. Like, I don't know if this has caused them a lot of pain or something, because it's almost like they have to rightfully assess the situation. But the outcome is interesting because there's the Tower and the Hermit, right? Clarified by the Two of Cups. So I'm sort of seeing this as suddenly not alone. And then when I clarify the Two of Cups, we get the Magician and the King of Cups. So I very much feel like this will have to do with coming together with someone in some kind of way. But, you know, I feel like there needs to be, like, getting past this, like, discouraged or difficult point of view with it, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's encouraging you to either take that action or you can likely expect that action. And then obviously, like, you can do whatever you want. I mean, but that's pretty much what I'm seeing here. Yeah, I was just clarifying the outcome again. The Magician and the King of Cups. That's wild. So, it looks pretty good, Virgo. I'm going to take this to the extended reading, available on my Patreon. So if you want to join us over there, awesome. If not, I appreciate you watching. Again, if you want to book a personal reading, that's available. All of it's in the description below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.